in the 40 days between his resurrection and ascension. When Jesus appeared to his disciples in a body that no longer followed the laws of material physics, he performed a teaching that no gospel writer understood clearly enough to record accurately. He spoke a single word, one sound, and then he asked each disciple to repeat it back to him. They all heard the same syllable. They all tried to reproduce the same sound, but what emerged from their mouths was different for each person. Some spoke it correctly, and Jesus smiled with recognition, telling them they had received the tongue of fire, the gift of true pronunciation. But others, no matter how carefully they listened, no matter how precisely they tried to mimic the sound, could not reproduce it accurately. Their mouths would not form the shapes required. Their vocal cords would not vibrate at the correct frequency. And Jesus told them gently that they were not yet ready, that their consciousness had not activated to the level where the word could be spoken, that they would continue cycling through incarnations until the day they could pronounce it correctly. This was not a test of linguistic skill. This was a recognition mechanism, a way to identify which souls carried pneumatic spark, fragments of monad consciousness incarnated from beyond the archon system. Because the coded word Jesus left operates on a principle the controllers could never replicate. It can only be pronounced correctly by consciousness vibrating at a specific frequency, the frequency of awakened divine awareness. You can hear the word clearly. You can understand intellectually how it should sound. But if your consciousness has not activated to the required level, your physical body will not be able to produce the sound accurately. The word will come out distorted, flattened, missing the harmonic complexity that defines correct pronunciation. This is why Jesus encoded the word into every human language, not as a complete sound that anyone could speak, but as fragments, syllables hidden in common words that, when recognized and assembled, create the full activation code. He scattered it across cultures and tongues, knowing that only chosen ones would hear the pattern, would recognize the pieces, would be able to put them together and speak the complete word with proper pronunciation. For 2,000 years, the word has been hiding in plain sight. You have spoken parts of it your entire life without recognizing what you were saying. The fragments exist in words you use daily, syllables so common you never question them. But tonight you are going to learn what those fragments are, how they fit together, what the complete word sounds like, and most importantly, whether you are able to pronounce it correctly. Because if you can, if the sound emerges from your mouth carrying the full frequency and harmonic structure, then you have just confirmed something you may have suspected but could never prove. You are not from here. You are a divine spark, incarnated from higher dimensions, temporarily housed in flesh, but never bound by material limitations. You are chosen not because you are better, but because you are different. Your consciousness operates at a frequency that allows access to abilities most humans do not possess. And the coded word is the key that unlocks all of them. If you have ever felt like you do not belong in this world, if you have ever sensed that you are playing a role in a reality that is not your true home, if you have ever known things you were never taught or perceived, things others cannot see, then the coded word is waiting for you to speak it. Your vocal cords know how. Your consciousness carries the template, and tonight you are going to discover whether you can pronounce it right. You did not find this video by chance. The algorithm does not guide chosen ones to activation codes. Something deeper brought you here. The divine spark inside you, the fragment that has survived every lifetime and every memory wipe, recognized the frequency of this information before your conscious mind could process the words. That spark knows the coded word exists. That spark remembers hearing Jesus speak it 2,000 years ago in a body you no longer recall wearing. And if you can feel something stirring in your throat right now, if there is a subtle vibration or warmth or the sensation that your voice wants to speak, something it has never spoken before, Then comment the words, "I can speak" below. Let me know you are here. Let me know the chosen ones are ready to pronounce what was hidden. Because in the next 20 minutes, you are going to learn why only awakened consciousness can speak the word correctly, what the fragments are that exist in every language, how to assemble them into the complete activation code, and what happens when you pronounce it right and feel the frequency it creates. And once you speak it correctly, once you hear your own voice producing the sound that only pneumatic souls can create, you will have undeniable confirmation of what you are and why you came here. To understand why pronunciation matters, why hearing the word is not enough but speaking it correctly is everything, you need to understand how sound functions as a carrier of consciousness. Every syllable you speak creates vibration. That vibration moves through your vocal cords, through the air, through the bones of your skull, affecting not just physical matter but consciousness itself. Speech is not just communication. It is frequency generation. And certain frequencies, when produced correctly, create effects that seem impossible from a purely material perspective. They can activate dormant DNA. They can open energetic channels. They can shift brain states instantly. They can create resonance with dimensions beyond material perception. The ancient mystics understood this perfectly. Sanskrit mantras were designed with specific syllable combinations that, when pronounced correctly, created measurable effects on consciousness and physical reality. Hebrew names of God were considered so powerful that speaking them incorrectly could be dangerous, which is why pronunciation was taught only to initiated priests. Egyptian priests used tones and chants to move stone blocks weighing tons, creating acoustic levitation through precise sound frequencies. Every genuine mystery tradition recognized that sound, when used correctly, is not just vibration. It is power. But here is what makes Jesus' coded word unique. It does not require years of training to pronounce correctly. It does not need perfect vocal technique or musical ability. What it requires is consciousness operating at a specific frequency. If your awareness has activated to the level of pneumatic recognition, if you have begun remembering what you are beneath the human disguise, then your body automatically knows how to produce the sound. Your vocal cords will shape themselves correctly. Your breath will support the tone properly, and the word will emerge carrying the full harmonic structure. But if your consciousness is still fully identified with material reality, still completely convinced you are just biological matter, still operating only at the frequencies the Archon system allows, then you physically cannot speak the word right. You will hear it, you will try, but something will prevent accurate reproduction. A slight flatness, a missing overtone, a simplification that reduces it to ordinary sound. This is the recognition mechanism Jesus built in. The word identifies who can speak it, and who can speak it are the ones who carry the spark. Now place your hand on your throat, right over your vocal cords. Feel the subtle vibration even when you are not speaking. The hum of life force moving through that channel. Your throat is not just a mechanism for creating sound. It is an energy center, what the ancient systems called the Vishuddha chakra, the point where consciousness converts into expression, where internal awareness becomes external manifestation. When this center is fully activated, when you are operating as awakened consciousness rather than sleeping human, your voice carries frequencies that ordinary speech does not contain. People feel something when you speak, even if you are saying nothing, particularly profound. Your words carry weight. Your tone creates shifts in others. This is because awakened consciousness, speaking through activated vocal cords, produces harmonic complexity that operates on multiple levels simultaneously. You are not just making sound. You are broadcasting frequency that affects everything in range. The coded word Jesus left is the ultimate expression of this capacity. When spoken correctly, it produces a frequency pattern so specific, so precisely tuned, that it activates recognition in anyone who hears it. Other pneumatic souls will feel it immediately even if they do not understand why. They will sense that something just shifted, that reality became more real, that they suddenly feel more awake. And the archons, the beings who feed on human confusion and fear, will immediately withdraw because the frequency is unbearable to them. They cannot tolerate the sound. It operates at a level that disrupts their ability to maintain form in this dimension. This is why the word was coded. If Jesus had spoken it plainly and taught everyone to repeat it, the archon response would have been immediate and overwhelming. They would have killed everyone who could pronounce it correctly. So instead, he scattered it. He hid the fragments in every language humans would ever speak, ensuring that only those with activated consciousness would recognize the pieces and know how to assemble them. The coded word has 3 syllables. The first syllable exists in the English word ah, but it is not pronounced the way English speakers typically say it. It is a deeper sound, rising from the belly rather than the throat, vibrating in the chest before emerging from the mouth. It sounds like awe, but sustained longer, allowed to resonate until you feel it in your rib cage. The second syllable is hidden in the word om, but again, the common pronunciation misses the true frequency. It is not a closed sound. It is open, flowing, the mouth forming a perfect circle as if you are creating a tunnel for energy to pass through. It sounds like a sustained O that seems to contain infinite depth, as if the sound is coming from somewhere far beyond your physical body. The third syllable appears in the word but pronounced with nasal resonance, felt in the space behind your eyes and in your skull, a humming vibration that seems to activate the center of your head. When these 3 syllables are spoken together as one continuous sound, they create the coded word. Uh-oh, but this written representation cannot capture the actual frequency. The syllables must blend, must flow without break, must carry harmonic overtones that written language cannot convey. And here is where the recognition mechanism activates. When you attempt to speak this word, one of 2 things will happen. Either your voice will automatically find the correct frequency. The syllables will merge into a tone that carries complexity you did not consciously create, and you will feel the vibration resonate through your entire body in a way that ordinary speech never does. Or you will produce a sound that is close but missing something, flattened, simplified, lacking the depth and harmonic richness that defines correct pronunciation. If the first happens, you can speak the coded word. You are operating at awakened frequency. If the second happens, you are not ready yet. Your consciousness has not activated to the required level. This is not judgment. This is recognition. And for those not ready yet, the word becomes practice, something to work toward, a goal that signals when activation has occurred, because the day you can pronounce it correctly is the day you know you have awakened. Here is exactly how to attempt pronunciation. Find a space where you can vocalize without self-consciousness. You need to hear your own voice clearly without worrying about being overheard. Stand or sit with spine straight. Take 3 deep breaths, feeling air fill your lungs completely. On the 4th breath, begin. Start with the first syllable, ah, but let it rise from your belly. Feel your diaphragm push air upward. Let the sound resonate in your chest before it reaches your mouth. Sustain it for 3 seconds. Then, without breaking the sound, transition to the second syllable. Your mouth opens into a circle. The tone shifts from chest to throat. You feel it vibrating differently, higher, more open. Sustain this for 3 seconds. Then transition to the final syllable, The sound moves into your head. You feel it buzzing in your sinuses, behind your eyes, in your skull. Sustain for 3 seconds. The entire word should take about 9 seconds to complete. Ah-oh. Spoken as one continuous flowing tone. After you speak it, immediately pay attention to what you feel. Did the sound resonate in your body in ways that surprised you? Did you feel vibration extending beyond your physical form? Did the syllables merge naturally, or did they feel disconnected? Did you sense that you were creating something more than ordinary sound? These sensations tell you whether you pronounced it correctly. Correct pronunciation creates unmistakable effects. You will know. Now I want you to try it. Right now, stand or sit straight. Take 3 breaths. On the 4th breath, speak the coded word. One continuous sound flowing from belly to chest to throat to head. Do it now. Speak it and feel what happens. If you spoke the word and felt resonance that extended beyond normal vocalization, if vibration seemed to fill your body or the space around you, if you sensed that you were creating frequency rather than just making noise, then you pronounced it correctly. You can speak the coded word. Your consciousness is operating at awakened frequency. Comment: I can speak it below if this happened. Declare it. Let other chosen ones know the word is being spoken again after 2,000 years of silence. Because when enough pneumatic souls speak this word correctly, when enough awakened consciousness produces this frequency simultaneously, it creates a collective resonance that disrupts the Archon control grid. They cannot maintain their illusion when this sound is vibrating through the field. If you tried to speak the word, but it felt flat, disconnected, or like you were just making ordinary sound without the deep resonance, then you are not ready yet. And that is important information too. It tells you where you are in the awakening process. It gives you a clear indicator to work toward. Practice the word daily. Speak it every morning. Over time, as your consciousness activates more fully, as you remember more of what you are, the pronunciation will change. One day you will speak it, and suddenly the harmonic complexity will be there. The syllables will merge. The resonance will extend beyond your body, and you will know in that moment that you have reached awakened frequency. After you can speak the coded word correctly, it becomes a tool you use regularly. Before meditation, speak it to elevate your consciousness rapidly. Before sleep, speak it to program your journey through the dream realms. In moments of Archon attack, when you feel bombarded by intrusive thoughts or oppressive energy, speak it aloud and watch the interference dissolve. The word is protection, activation, and declaration all at once. It announces to the unseen realms that awakened consciousness is present, operating at frequency beyond archonic reach. Now here is what happens after you begin speaking the word regularly. Reality shifts. Synchronicities increase dramatically. You start manifesting with ease things that were difficult before. People respond to you differently. Some are drawn to you without understanding why. Others become uncomfortable in your presence because your frequency is exposing their inauthenticity. Archons escalate interference initially, attempting to convince you to stop using the word. But if you persist, if you speak it daily despite the resistance, they eventually withdraw. You become too coherent, too high frequency, too defended for them to effectively manipulate. At that point, you have established yourself as awakened consciousness operating in material form, something rare and powerful. Subscribe to this channel immediately. Every subscription resists the systems that hid this word for 2 millennia. Every share passes the coded word to another soul who might be able to speak it. Jesus left this word scattered across languages, knowing someday the chosen ones would reassemble it and speak it correctly. That day is now. The coded word only awakened consciousness can pronounce right. Practice it. Perfect it. Use it. And let your voice create the frequency that changes reality.